starting with the recap of the ECU game, definitely excited we came out of the game with the win, and 50% of the country is now sitting there with one loss, and I'm happy that we're not one of those teams. In a lot of ways, it didn't feel like a win, obviously because of our second half performance. But I do think it's a blessing, in my opinion, to have a chance to learn such a great lesson, but not have a loss next to your record to do it. Definitely a lesson in humility for our players and to not have to suffer a loss. I thought ECU competed their butts off, and their staff and Coach Houston and their players deserve a lot of credit, for how they played in the second half and just programmatically how he's developed their roster. It's a good football team, and you have to give them credit. I thought for us, the game couldn't have started any better. You're on the road, you're dealing with crowd noise. We win the toss, go out there on defense. On the second play of the game, Tyler Baker-Williams has a great interception. But we didn't play complimentary football. It's something I preach and something our players understand. But we played uncomplimentary football, really for the entire game. What I mean by that is, every time we swung momentum in our favor, we had 2 takeaways on defense. We got 0 points after the takeaways with the 2 interceptions by Shy and Shy Battle and Tyler Baker-Williams. We had a 4th down stop, which led to no points. We had a special teams punt return by Thayer that got across the 50 and led to no points. We punted the ball inside the 1 yard line and let them off the goal line with a missed tackle, and then they punt and flip the field to the 15. Offensively, we get down to the goal line twice and get 0 points. So we just didn't play off of each other. And as many times as we tried to set the other side of the ball up, we didn't capitalize. And it's very difficult to win a game when you play that way. And to me, we won the game for a couple of reasons. I think our special teams, I'm not going to say it was exceptional in every phase. It wasn't, but it was exceptional in the punt return, punt block area. And that was a huge part of winning that football game. The field position, we had 177 yards of hidden field position in that game. We started our field position in plus 30 range from the goal line. So, with about 67 yards of field position to score. A lot of their drives, as you saw in the game, started inside the 20, whether it was us tackling them inside the 20 or punting them inside the 10. And so the field position was a factor in the game, and major factor. I think the goal line stand was probably, or the goal line series is back-to-back were the most frustrating things to me. Felt like we had 2 plays called that would have scored, and the ball was stopped by the official on both of them, which was kind of weird in its own right, with neither of them being a penalty. So we had to run 9 plays, but it was really 7 plays. And, those of you guys that know football, you really don't have that many, you get that many people down there that close to the line of scrimmage. So that's an area that we got to grow and learn from and be better. Bright side is we won that football game, and a lot of things happened that were positive. And I can tell you this, I've been on the other side of that. And when we played South Carolina in one of our openers, we had 500 yards to their 250 yards and felt like we killed them and lost the game. Lost at Clemson on the missed field goal where we forced 5 turnovers in the game and felt like we, manhandled them on the field and lost the game. And it's a bad feeling, and I've been there. So to be on the other side of that, I'm not going to apologize for winning a game on the road. There's no such thing as an ugly win. Nobody discredits you for winning a football game at the end of the season in any form or fashion. And I will say that ECU is a really good program. I think those guys are going to be an exceptional team this year in their league. And I think it's a great experience that will help our team and our staff. Playing from the ranked position, playing from the favored position, something that's new to our guys, something that they're going to have to learn to embrace and be better. Understanding we've been the team that's kind of, hey, we got nothing to lose. Nobody thinks we can win and all that. Now it's the other way around, and you do get your opponent's best shot each week. And so I think that was a very valuable lesson. It's nothing that we hadn't already discussed and talked about, but as you guys know, some of you are parents. sometimes things just have to happen to younger people for them to believe what you're saying. And in this case, that was what it was. Offensively, just breaking down the game, the positives, our offensive line protected well. We had 0 sacks given up. We performed well on 3rd and long, which is not easy to do against a defense like that. I thought our tailbacks ran hard and protected well. Obviously, like to not turn the ball over with Jordan's fumble, but Demi Sumo, for his first game really showed. You've heard me talk a lot about him, showed why we're excited about him and his future. He's a hard guy to tackle. He's tough. Both him and Jordan, I thought, ran hard and had, between the two of them, had over 70 yards after contact gained. I love the end of half, first half drive, went down and scored with Thayer. A lot of guys played for the first time, really significant time on offense with Demi Sumo, Cedric Seaborough, Cam Walker, Daryl Jones, first time for us, Julian Gray, Jalen Coit on special teams, Keon Lassane, and that film is going to be so valuable for them, getting out there and playing. I thought Daryl Jones really did some good things. It's good to see him out there. He's a very complete player. I think Thayer had one of his, another just kind of ho-hum game maybe for people out there, but I thought he played exceptionally well. He's worked hard on becoming a blocker as well as a route runner, catcher, returner, and he's improved so much in that area. I thought Tim McKay on the offensive line shined some physical things, led us in pancakes and in the game. It was good to see. There's good rotation going on between him and Spees at tackle, and Derek Eason also came in and provided some good depth and played well at right guard. With Trent Penix's injury, it's a non-surgical injury. He will be out, 4 to 6 weeks. He'll be back this season. It just depends on the healing process, but I'm not going to get into the details of what it is. But it is good news that he's not out for the season and he will be back with us, and it's non-surgical. So thankful for that. The negatives on offense, we had 5 penalties. 4 of them were pre-snap preventable penalties. I thought we started slow, very disappointed that we didn't take advantage of the first interception of the game and the first drive of the second half. I think we wasted 2 opportunities to build the scoreboard a little bit there, not to mention the 2 goal line drives. I think we're better at finishing blocks than we were in that game on the perimeter. We need to do a better job. We're getting bodies on bodies, but not finishing, and I think Devin Leary did some really good things at times and enforced some things that he didn't need to, and just needs to get back to taking what the defense gives him and letting his guys make plays for him. On defense, very positive to get 2 interceptions. Thought we responded well twice. We had 3 what we call sudden changes, where the other team's coming on the field with some momentum due to a turnover or special teams play, and twice we forced punts out of those 3. Really liked the way Savion and Davin Van played. I thought they were physical. Thought they knocked the line of scrimmage back and made it hard to run the football. CJ Clark being back out there is a positive. That game's going to build a lot of confidence for him. We had 4 3-and-outs. We had no pre-snap penalties on defense, and we worked hard. They were a big hard count team. They got a lot of teams last year to jump off sides on defense, so that was a positive. Negative, I don't think we handled the quarterback run game, the scrambles and the draw the way we could have. We missed way too many tackles, maybe a record for us on missed tackles in the game. And, I take the blame for that. We didn't tackle enough in training camp, obviously, trying to get these guys to get to the first game healthy, and that was a success. But at the same time, it didn't feel like we did the things that we routinely do as tacklers. Is a defense that was top 5 in the nation for fewest missed tackles a year ago, and a lot of those kids are playing. And so they're capable. We need to get back to that, the fundamentals of that. Very important fundamental for that side of the football, probably the most important fundamental. I think the busted red zone coverage on Derek Pitts was disappointing. Experienced player, had his eyes in the backfield on a play action. Peyton's MRI came back completely clean, so that's just going to be time. He's sore, but there's nothing that's damaged as far as the shoulder goes, other than he's sore. He hadn't played football in over a year that way, and So he's going to need to give him a chance, and it's a day-to-day recovery. I won't know more than that until time is really the biggest thing. But the positive is it's not a season ending. It's not a surgical type repair. He just needs time to kind of rest up on it a little bit. On special teams, the bright spot of the game to me was the punt return, punt block unit. Josiah Provolone getting out there and blocking a punt that Sean Brown scores on was a huge play. Awesome play by him. Good design by Coach Goebel. We've now scored a touchdown on special teams in 5 straight games, which is remarkable. And Todd Goebel has done an incredible job with these units and getting these guys to play that way. It was the first time on the field returning kicks for Julian Gray, and we're excited about what he can do. I think he'll play better. It'll start slowing down for him. I thought, he handled the ball well back there. He made good decisions. Thayer had a great punt return. The blocking was really good. There was opportunities to clip guys, and guys made good decisions. His first game with Shane McDonough, I thought he held very well. His punts were, good, not great. I think his hang time can get better. He knows that. But his pin punt was exceptional in the game, and I thought he got better as the game went on. And our coverage will only improve as our hang time does. And, it's great to have Joe Shimko and Chris Dunn in the way they are. Moving on to this week, it's great to come home to Carter Finley and 12:30 kick. We haven't had a noon game in a long time. So, asking folks to start their day early and, get up and get their tailgate set up the night before if they need to, come into the parking lots fired up and ready to watch these young men compete. This game's all about us. We play Charleston Southern, as you know, but to me, it's a game regardless of who our opponent is. We need to focus on improving, not just as offense, defense, or special teams that I just talked, but more importantly, individually and collectively. There's no way to get better that I know of than actually playing a game and having video to watch yourself as a player, your resume as your film as a player, and having that opportunity now to study what you did and know that your opponents are studying what you did and doing everything you can to take your mistakes off of film and improve on the things that you want to improve on. It's going to be a great week. I can't wait to get on the field and help these guys, work with our coaches and give the kids the best chance they can to go play a better football game for 4 quarters. I know Charleston Southern will come in here with nothing to lose and give us a great game and play hard, and look forward to getting our team better and moving forward with another opportunity to grow and learn. And it's a long season. As you saw in the first week of college football, a lot of crazy stuff happening. Every game seems like drama, and last night's game with Florida State and LSU is no different. Incredible football games happening. The highs and lows and the road that goes, it's a million things happen in a short period of time, and it's awesome to be on this journey with this team and this staff. So look forward to the next step.